Hey, we're trying this again. Good morning, everyone watching the internet on Facebook. This is Blind Justice on the streets of Aberdeen, Washington, sitting outside of City Hall. Day 18 of our peaceful protest. Resting is not a crime. Protest from which we object to the local government, the city council and the mayor, saying that it's illegal for people to sit or lie down on the sidewalks in the downtown area. So we've argued that it's absolutely constitutionally protected activity, what you do with your body, as long as you're not harming anyone. It's the First Amendment, freedom of speech. You also have the freedom to assemble. You have freedom to protest. So just by sitting or lying down, you can be protesting somebody saying you can't sit or lie down. It's also the Fourth Amendment, which is your freedom to travel, freedom of movement, right? Where somebody is saying you can't sit here, or you can only sit for so much time, and then you have to move. It's infringing upon your freedom of movement. So there's these several arguments. There's about 8 different points of how this is unconstitutional. We're not going to go over it again all right now. Just a brief reminder of everybody why we're out here, because people get confused. Which is kind of leading up to the topic this morning of non-duality. So duality, or a dichotomy, is essentially the belief that there's opposites, right? This and they are opposed to each other, okay? So, for example, light and dark. Some people say light and dark are opposites. They're in opposition. Actually, they're in harmony, right? They complement each other. You only have dark as the absence of light. So, in understanding what dark is, you have to have light. So they work in complement. They complement each other. They work in complement with one another. And that's the idea of non-duality. So things that appear dualistic or dichotomistic or diametrically opposed to one another may not be so, and probably aren't so. They're probably areas of complement that you're unaware of. So, for instance, with this protest, right, many people are confused on why we're here, what we're doing, what we're saying, what we're trying to accomplish. And we talked about that a few days ago with the video, pareidolia, right? Pareidolia is a psychological phenomenon where people see what they want to see, right? Or hear what they want to hear. So if people see somebody sitting on the sidewalk, some people may say, oh, that guy's protesting. Some people may say, oh, that guy's a bum. Oh, that guy's doing this or that, right? Instead of taking the time and asking the question, what is this guy doing? Hey, sir, what are you doing? Right? Or finding out from the source, what's going on? Can I help you? So that's part of the issue, is a lack of understanding of what's going on. But because we say we're for the freedoms of everybody, which is what this protest is about, freedom for all, that all people have the freedom to sit as a basic human right, not even having to go say it's enumerated in the Constitution. It's a human right to be able to rest, to sit down, lie down, for an indefinite period of time. You don't need a time limit on your resting, right? When animals are injured, they don't necessarily know how to go get medical help. I'm talking about undomesticated animals, right? So for instance, a deer. The deer is injured. The deer finds a place to rest, goes into the forest, finds a nice place to lay down and rest until the deer feels recovered, and they can go move on again. So with humanity being human beings and not human doings, the focus has shifted for people because they're so consumed about doing, being busy with something, rather than learning to be at ease, at peace, at rest with yourself, with your thoughts, with life as it is right now in this moment, and then being able to make objective responses to things as they arise. I think we need more rest, just as a whole, as a general prescription for humanity. And so because we've chosen to rest as the main demonstration in this protest, because it goes directly, it directly targets the wording of the ordinance of you cannot sit or lie, and those are the 2 main ways that humans rest, is by sitting down or lying down. people have somehow conflated what we're saying. And because we choose to sit and lie down in the downtown business sector, like we are on the sidewalks, they think that we're against business, or we're against the city's growth or economic progress. So that would be a dualistic approach. That would be somebody's dualistic understanding. And that's absolutely not the case. We are for the local businesses. We are for economic growth here in the city. We are for the people of the city, everybody being enriched in all aspects of their lives, not just talking about monetarily, right? I'm talking about enriching your life through information, through informing you, through sharing thoughts, expanding your consciousness, your understanding of the world, and potentially yourself and other people in it, right? Instead of having a view that everything has to be this or this, good and bad, right and wrong, and these are dualistic approaches, helping you see that it doesn't have to be against each other. They can be two different perspectives of the same thing, right? That actually enrich our lives if we can rotate around and see the other perspective. So we are for the people. We believe that people take priority over inanimate things, such as the dirt, the planters, the infamous planters behind me, right? Your rights, your human rights are more important than this dirt's right to not be moved around a couple inches. And your life and your well-being, all the people here's well-being is more important than any building, as tragic as the loss of a building is, and all the resources that come out of that building, or more important than traffic lights, for instance. We've had a conversation with people on traffic lights because people get upset when people cross the road if the little walking sign on the crosswalk isn't lit up for somebody to walk, and a car has to slow down for 2 seconds, right? Well, people take priority over signs, over lights. The life of that person is more important than making sure that they follow the lights sign, So these are just some of the ideas, some of the thoughts, some of the conversations that we've had with people, trying to help you understand that you don't have to have a dualistic approach. There's non-duality is a life-promoting approach, and understanding that things are complementary in this world that we live in, more so than they are opposed. So please research non-duality. You can find all kinds of stuff. If you're wanting sources, we can probably find some and post it to you on the page or message you. But we support you, the human being, and freedom for all people, equality for everyone. Alright, peace and love everybody, and Deo Presso Liber.